Welcome to Adventures in Food. I'm Howard Baltazar, and today I'm going to show you how I make old-fashioned butterscotch pudding. I've loved butterscotch pudding ever since I was a little boy, and my mother, even though she wasn't a very good cook, there were a few dishes that she knew how to cook really well, and butterscotch pudding was one of them. Unfortunately, my mother's no longer with us, so I'm not able to eat her butterscotch pudding when I want to. And I've tried making it on my own, but the recipe is just way too fussy. You have to be careful to temper the eggs so that they don't scramble. You've got to constantly stir the pudding to make sure that the cornstarch doesn't scorch, and it's just too labor intensive. What I've discovered is that you can cook old-fashioned butterscotch pudding in a Vitamix blender. You just dump everything in the blender, turn it on for a few minutes, and the pudding is done. So come along with me and while I show you just how easy this is. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, and leave a comment below if you'd like to see something that you'd like me to make. Butterscotch pudding contains just a few basic ingredients, most of which you either have already in your refrigerator or your kitchen pantry. You'll need a half a cup of firmly packed dark brown sugar, 2 eggs cracked into a bowl, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 cups of half and half, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't normally keep half and half in your refrigerator. So what I did is I took 1 cup of whole milk and added 1 cup of heavy cream, and that gives you the 2 cups of half and half that you'll need. Now all you'll need to do is to place your ingredients in the container in the following order. Your 2 eggs, followed by the 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. Next you'll add the half cup of dark brown sugar, and then the 2 cups of half and half. Finally, you're going to want to add your 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and your pinch of salt. After all the ingredients have been placed into the blender container, cover the container and turn it on to low. Gradually increase the speed on the Vitamix up to 10 and allow it to run at the highest speed for approximately 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, your pudding should be ready and it should be hot and steamy, just like you see. One final step that I forgot to mention is that you can add 2 tablespoons of butter to the final mix. It'll add a richness and gloss to the final pudding. Once it's mixed in, then pour it into a serving container. Once you've gotten all of that delicious butterscotch pudding out of the blender container and into your serving bowl, you'll want to cover it up with plastic wrap. Make sure that the plastic wrap comes into direct contact with the pudding, because as the pudding cools, it will form a skin on the top of the pudding unless there is an airtight barrier which the plastic wrap provides. It really is as simple as that. I've covered the butterscotch pudding with plastic wrap. I'm letting it cool on the counter, and once it's room temperature, I'll put it in the refrigerator to chill for at least 3 or 4 hours. Maybe even overnight if it lasts that long. So, if you're anything like me, one of the treats of the kitchen is to be able to eat the leftovers that are the little bits that are clinging to the container and to the spatula. Oh, it's so good. It has that sweet butterscotch taste. It's smooth and creamy. Irresistible. I can't wait for it to chill. This is going to make a wonderful dessert. So if you've enjoyed this, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. Thank you, and hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.